Good afternoon. It's time for some more baking. Today we're going to be making an almond cake, which is rather exciting. Anyway, that's enough hobnobbing. Let's get to it, shall we? For the ingredients, we have 225 grams of salted butter, 225 grams of sugar, 125 grams of self-raising flour, 175 grams of ground almonds, 50 grams of whole blanched almonds, 3 large eggs, and we're also going to be using 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1 teaspoon of almond extract. The first thing we're going to do is to go in with our butter. And we're going to give it a good old mix until it's nice and creamy. That ought to do it. Next, we're going to go in with our sugar. And we're going to cream these together until they are nice and creamy. There we go. That's looking nice and creamy now. Next, we're going to put our extracts in with the eggs. One teaspoon of vanilla. And 1 teaspoon of almond. Now we're going to lightly beat them with a fork and spill some over the side, obviously. Next, we are going to gradually introduce our egg mixture to our butter and sugar mixture. And gently stir it in. More of our egg mixture. And again, just lightly folding it in. You could use an electric mixer, of course, but I prefer a wooden spoon. And in we go with the last of the egg mixture. And again, gently folding it in. Next, we are going to go in with our self-raising flour. Gently fold that in a bit. And now we're going to go in with our ground almonds. And you guessed it, we're going to gently fold it in. There we go. It's all nicely incorporated. Next, we're going to transfer the mixture into an 8-inch round tin, greased and lined on the bottom. Here's one I prepared earlier. Going to gently spoon it in. Now we're going to level it off. This is an 8-inch tin. I think I said that already. But just in case I didn't. Next, we are going to take our blanched almonds and we're going to chop them up small with a knife. We are going to try really hard not to throw them all over the place. There we go. I've given my nuts a good chopping. Next, we are going to scatter them on top of our cake mixture. That ought to do it. Now we're going to pop this into the oven for 45 minutes at 160 fan or 180 not fan. I have a fan oven. I don't mean to show off, but right, I shall be back in a jiffy. Fresh out of the oven. We'll leave it in the tin for 10 minutes to cool down, and then we can transfer it to the wire rack to cool down the rest of the way. Next up, we have 40 grams of dark chocolate, which I'm going to melt in the microwave, and then we're going to drizzle on top of our almost cooled cake. I know what you're thinking, almonds and dark chocolates. This is practically health food. And you'd be right to think that. It is health food. There we go, that's beautifully melted. Look at that, looks absolutely delightful. This is 74% dark chocolate. Right, well that's enough yapping. Let's get it onto the cake, shall we? I could use a piping bag for this, but just going to use a spoon. We're going for a rustic look. Let's start here. Seems as good a place as any. There we go. That looks pretty good to me. Looks a bit like a work of art. Right, we'll wait for the chocolate to set and then we can do a bit of a taste test. And here is the end result. The chocolate hasn't fully cooled down yet, hasn't set, but I'm impatient. Would you like me to cut you a slice? A generous portion. Time for the taste test. Certainly looks very nice. Oh wow. It's very nice indeed. Yes, that is very nice indeed. We nail it, as the young people say these days. Lovely crunchy almonds on top. That dark chocolate really complements it very much. Yes, a success. I like it. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, cheerio.